It's coming. Hang on, preparing. It's coming. Hang on, preparing. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today is October 23rd, 2020. We decided to stream live today. Hello, everyone. And we are now, so today's topic that we really wanted to discuss was the mastermind and how to use the mastermind, what the mastermind is. And we're actually going to talk a little bit about, that's how we all met each other, was through a mastermind, another community, and what's being formed now, and sort of what's happening for the future and where things are going. So a little bit about myself, as I was the president of a company that was called Lightworkers University that ran masterminds, and that's all we did. That was the whole business model, and we took the principles from the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and the owner of that company had created a really dynamic and powerful system that we all grew up on and used and leveraged and figured out how to use it. And it was complex, but it was really good. And so we've taken a lot of those principles and applied it into our healing businesses or healing modalities that we've been practicing for a while. That really gave us a lot of clarity and focus on how to move forward, how to create our goals, how to create accountability for ourselves. So I think that's really one of the big problems with most healers, is that they have an issue with being held accountable, right? And it sometimes it feels like you're in this little box, and that you've got to stay inside of this box, and that's just not how light workers work. If you're a light worker, you know that you hate being in that position, because that's why typically most of us do not have 9 to 5s. Typically, most of us are not in corporate America, or behind a desk job, or doing that typical thing. We like to be on our own, doing our own thing, and really allowed the creativity and that healing and that compassion really come through. We don't want to be like little worker robots all the time, which is typically what happens in that sort of scenario. So we found a system, and we were part of a community. The three of us here on the call right now, that's how we all got to know each other, was through this community. And we started talking and realized that we had a lot of things in common. We realized that we were all star seeds or angels, however you want to phrase it, whatever label you want to put onto it. And we really came together. We really understood, and we've created this awesome bond with each other now to really move forward. So the community that's being created right now, and it should be ready to launch within probably a week or two, probably at the most. It's brand new. We're just in beta testing right now. It's called Acorn Life Mastery. I am actually the owner and the president of the company. And we are getting much closer to launching. We've taken a lot of the principles that we learned from the previous community that we're in, and we've made them even more dynamic. We've turned up the heat quite a bit, and we know where people are stuck, and we know how to help people work through their problems. And now we've got a more structured system where we're going to have certified facilitators actually running the masterminds, and really how to get the most out of it, with also maximum accountability, but allowing flexibility in how you go in on a day-to-day basis. So we've attracted some really high-end talent already in the beta testing, and I'm excited that we're going to be launching this soon. And so just sort of how the mastermind works, I think, is one of the questions. And what happens is, when you get, one or more minds together, and you're there for a common purpose, it's this magical thing that starts to happen where, someone's got a problem or an issue, how they actually solve that, and how they actually, they're stuck. They don't know how to get through that issue. And the other person listening just starts offering suggestions. And these suggestions just really start to snowball. And typically you'll work through your answers. Now, in Acorn, Life Mastery is what the name of the business is called. There is up to 10 people maximum per mastermind, depending on the facilitator, how they're going to structure it. And then typically you would, say what your issue is, where you're stuck, where you're blocked. And then those 9 other people in your mastermind would actually offer suggestions for you to get through. So that's the basics of a mastermind. I'm kind of being a little bit not that descriptive on it. And maybe Colette or Pamela, maybe you, one of you two, could be more descriptive on how that sort of works and how the inner workings actually go.
So I guess Colette's gonna let me take this one. Well, and it does depend on the master, because every group has its own unique, for lack of a better word, character. Because the different people that are different personalities, that energy, right? And so there's always a little bit of a difference. So it's important that you find that when you're going to mastermind, that you're actually finding one that resonates with you. It's kind of like we've talked about, even with healers, you want one that resonates with you. Mastermind, even more so, you want to be with a group of people that resonate with you, because you're going to be bearing your soul at times. And so having that connection and that interaction and that support is so important. And that for me has been what's really been the hugest part in motivating me and pushing me forward, because we all know that nothing really happens outside of your comfort zone. And when we're struggling, we want to do something, we want to have these goals we want to achieve, it's really easy to give up on ourselves, right? Because we are, if it's something we've never done before, or if it requires us to do something that we've never done before, like even this YouTube channel, having that mastermind there to support, to give you ideas, helps. And there's that piece, like you said, that magical piece where someone will think of something that you may not have thought about doing, or a different way to do something. And it's just amazing, because I've even had someone say 3 or 4 days after my mastermind meets, hey, have you thought about this? Because I was thinking about this and I thought this might be something you could try out, you know? Or sometimes even in the mastermind, well, what if you switch this thing around? Or what if you did? And that's what to me is really great, is because we don't all have to have the same goals in the mastermind, right? We don't all have to be working on the exact same thing, but we're all there to support each other's goals. And when we come together, and when it's that person's time on the hot seat, for example, everybody's focused on that one person and listening to them, and how can they help? How can they assist them? And that's what I love about it. It's just that piece.
Cool. And Colette, how about you? How would you describe it?
Yeah. So for me, I feel like the word mastermind is kind of trendy, or it's like been trendy for a couple of years. It's like, oh, join my $10,000, $100,000 mastermind. So to me, mastermind has been, the term has been around for a long time, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. So Napoleon Hill talked about it in Think and Grow Rich, and what the mastermind is. And it's when 2 or more people come together, and it's like batteries. You have one battery that has like a certain amount of energy, and then another battery that has a certain amount of energy. But when you put them together, it doesn't create 2 times that energy. It creates way more energy because they're working together. And so that's the same with the mastermind. It's 2 minds coming together or more coming together, and just creates an exponential amount of energy and connection with infinite intelligence. And so that's what I've found in a lot of the masterminds that I've attended a lot of them. And so what I found is there's just more power when people come together. And so I've been in masterminds that involve a book. I've been in masterminds that are just goal oriented. I've been in masterminds that are designed for healing, like healers coming together. And it's just really amazing what happens. And it's like Pamela saying, when there's like different people bring different things and different energies to the mastermind. And so it's like magic. It really is. So like with healers coming together, one healer might say, oh, have you thought about this? Or maybe it's this. And then someone's like, oh, I'm getting this. You know, it's like a relative, or it's a past life, or, you know, I'm picking up on an entity, just whatever it is. It's just so cool to see. And then, hey, can we clear it? And maybe the one person wasn't able to clear something by themselves, but because they're a group now, they're able to see like a piece of it that maybe that one person wasn't able to see. And then the same thing with a goal mastermind. So like Adam was talking about, you know, sometimes you just need that idea, or as a healer, you don't want to really be structured. I know I'm like that. And I had a lot of resistance to being structured, but there's just something very motivating about a mastermind, because like, if I say, oh, I'm going to do this thing, whatever, make the website or make the video, or like, it's easy for me to not do that. Right. But if I'm in a mastermind and I'm telling my mastermind, hey, by next week, I'm going to have this video created, I'm going to have this thing done. Just showing up and saying that I didn't do it. Like, I don't want to do that. Right. Like, I don't want to show up to my group and say I didn't do something. And so it's just that extra like kick, but like in a loving, supportive way. Cause I know they're not going to be like, they're not going to get mad at me or anything if I don't do it. But it's just the fact that I told someone I was going to do something. And now I like really am motivated, because it's not just myself that I can be like, oh yeah, let's go watch TV. You know, it's like, oh no, I told Pamela and Adam I was going to do this. So let me just not have to tell them I didn't do it. So yeah, that's to me just the power of the mastermind, the power of minds coming together, tapping into higher source, infinite intelligence, getting the downloads and the information, and just really getting over blocks, being held accountable. And I mean, it's just been so helpful for me to have those groups as far as getting things done, and as far as feeling supported, not feeling stuck. Whether it's a business thing or a personal thing, my mastermind groups have just supported me so much. So those are just some of the benefits for me. And I know Adam and Pamela have definitely gotten some benefits too. So maybe they could speak about, you know, some of the stories or things that have come out of their masterminds.
Yeah, absolutely. So last summer, my sister was getting married June 21st, 2019. And I was weighing at that point 250 pounds. And I definitely did not want to show up to her wedding, you know, weighing 250 pounds. So I reached out to my mastermind and to another girl, Amanda, who's typically on with us, and asked for help and said, listen, I need to release this weight. I've got 3 weeks to do this, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So we went through some emotion code, and we released a whole bunch of trapped emotions. And I can't explain it, but it was like, you know, complete and total fog lift that happened. And I was able to get a lot of clarity on exactly what I needed to do. And in 3 weeks, I ended up dropping 20 pounds, almost a pound a day. And so I showed up to my sister's wedding at 230 pounds. And then shortly after that, I continued on for another 5 weeks. So 8 weeks in total. I dropped 56 pounds in that short amount of time, because I had just help from a mastermind. They were coaching me, they were helping me, guiding me, encouraging me to keep going on. And it felt like every day, like I was literally dropping 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds. So I got to tell you, when you are able to line up with the universe and get super, super clear on everything. And you just, energetically, you have everything clear and you're just now taking the stuff in that is important. It's amazing what your body can do and how fast it can do it. So that was, this channel is called Lightworkers Secret to Success. Well, that was one of my successes. That was one of my secrets that I did. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you that, I cleared the emotions and I sat on the couch and watched Netflix for 3 weeks. That's not the case. I worked hard for it. I mean, it wasn't easy by any means. And, I did a lot of fasting. I worked out, but I had the energy to do all that. And I felt good about it. And there's nothing better, at least in my mind anyways, there's nothing better than seeing instant results from work and effort that you put in. Sometimes people get discouraged when they're putting all the work in and yet their weight isn't dropping because, you just haven't energetically lined up with everything. Well, when we energetically line up with things and recognize that we are light beings having a physical experience, my goodness, it's amazing how fast you can change your body like instantly when you really did. And I actually felt 8 weeks, 56 pounds in 8 weeks. I honestly felt that was slow, to be honest. I now knowing what I know now and what I can do now, and the energetic releases that I can do, I think I could do that faster if I had to do it again. So that was one of my secrets. One of the things that I had a lot of success with. Pamela, how about you? What are some that you had?
As listening to you talking, I was thinking, this right here. Because remember when we were talking, how just getting me to be on a video, even something I was pre-recording for a class or for whatever, that was such a struggle for me. And I would delete them. I would do Facebook Live and I would delete it. And having that piece of the mastermind and being able to say, and they were like, okay, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Because if you had told me even 6 months ago that I would be doing a YouTube channel with you guys, I would have said, yeah, you're crazy. Right? Because it wasn't in my toolbox at that time. Right? It wasn't something that, and so that was one of the things that really came out of that with me. It's like I've since then done several, different videos. I've done some for our channel. I've done some for myself and put them on my Facebook pages. And it's been a huge growth. And that's something that I'm not sure I would have thought about it, but I'm not sure I would have actually accomplished it. Right? Because I remember the few times I came to our mastermind and it was like, yeah, I didn't get that done.
Mm.
And it was like, okay, so what's in the way? And that was a neat thing about it too for me, is it wasn't having to come and say, okay, I didn't get it done and being fussed at or made to feel bad. Instead it was, so what can we do to help you? What's the obstacle? What's standing in your way? And then having you guys there to say, well, have you tried, what about this? Or, pretend like you're talking to me, or, just different suggestions and ideas that wasn't there yet. I think at one point I ended up putting a picture up in front of the camera for a while, so I had something to look at other than just myself on the screen. So those are kind of tips and stuff that I wouldn't have thought about, and it wouldn't have occurred to me. And this all came actually from a mastermind, and from the mastermind with you guys, right? The 5 of us sitting there sharing ideas, talking through stuff, and this is what we came up with. And so it's amazing to me. And I'm really excited about seeing what's moving, what we're going to have moving forward. We've done a couple of interviews, we've got more plans, and just, the potential, I think, is going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's cool because like I've been a witness to Adam, like both of us, we were there, of course, witnessing this success. And so that's the other fun part of a mastermind too, is like, cheering for each other when we do have these successes. I know for me, we, like, a few of us got together and we were talking about creating courses, like our own courses. And like, there was just so many blocks in the way. of creating these, and then we're like, let's just do it together. Let's just all create a course. We'll all do one module. And we did it. And it was funny because like for a few months, I've been talking about creating a course on my own. But as soon as the group was ready to do it with me, I think I did it in like a couple hours. I did my video in like maybe an hour. And so because we all worked together on a goal, we were able to create something that for whatever reason on our own, like there was too many blocks to create. So that's the other fun thing, is when you actually like create stuff with your mastermind, because you can get a lot of cool stuff done on your own, like Adam was saying and Pamela was saying, like creating your own goals, but also creating something together, like this YouTube channel and like the course I've created with my mastermind group. It's just like, it's so fun to do stuff together, because I think as light workers, we get lonely, or even as entrepreneurs, people that have their own businesses, it's like lonely because you're just sitting there, it's you and your computer and you and your camera, you're basically talking to yourself when you're making a video. And so there's just something that's just so like, it just makes it so much easier. Like you're not alone anymore when you find your mastermind group, because you understand each other and you understand the struggles and you just encourage each other. So it's just a beautiful thing to have these different ones. And even as like a book club, when you're going through a book with people as a mastermind, it's just amazing what comes out, because you get ideas from other people of, oh, you got that, oh my gosh, and then that triggers something for you. So to me, masterminds are just like essential in the world right now, and especially with 2021 coming up, creating this new world, like we really need to work together. And so I just see personally masterminds as just so important to find your tribe. So I'm really excited about Adam's project, and Pamela, they're actually doing it together with a few other people. I'm just really excited about this Project Acorn, creating these masterminds, creating these places for light workers and people to come together to create the new world. It's just synergistic. So excited.
Yeah, thank you, Colette. It is really exciting, and where we're going. I've seen many masterminds, and some of them cost anywhere from $1,000 a month or more for some of them. We've actually priced ours low price, $100 a month subscription, so you can get in. You can get set up with a certified facilitator that knows what they're doing. How you can get the most out of the mastermind. And with our new system that we've created, I'm confident in saying that you should be able to get some kind of result within 30 days or less. It's mathematically impossible unless your goal is really massive, like going from making nothing to like $1 million or more a month. You might not get the results right away, but if we keep our goal reasonable, then definitely I could see with our new system, with everything that we have in place, of you actually starting to realistically achieve your goals in 30 days or less. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be the wave of the future, is where things are going to go. 2020, obviously, just was whatever you want to call 2020, whatever descriptive word you want to use. I mean, I've got some pretty nasty ones that I could use, but 2020 was a year of out with the old and in with the new. And so if you have never experienced a mastermind and you would like to, definitely I'll post a link. It's not up and going yet, but it will be soon. It'll be live soon. We're just working on the back end and the front end stuff. But we will be able, you can join with a facilitator and really get going. Our onboarding system is really nice and really easy. It's really low dollar, and our main focus is developing leaders and holding you accountable so that you can finally achieve the things that you want to achieve, whether it's, more money in your business, whether it's, living the laptop lifestyle, which I think a lot of light workers really resonate deeply with. This realistically gives you an opportunity to do that by following our system. If you just want to participate, you can just do that. If you want to make money at this, there's also a way for you to do that too. And we have several different ways for you to make money, and some of them are very, very simple to do. And you can become a facilitator by going through our training program that we have in place. So just many, many options. We've really thought of everything, and we're excited for everything. And we're just really excited to open this up to the world and have some fun with it. So our online community is mainly right now all light workers. That seems to be who we resonate the most with. So I would say probably about 90% are all light workers right now anyways. So if you, there's also a free element for you just to join and just join into the community and see the chats that are going on back and forth, be part of different groups that are going on back and forth. And so just, we have so many awesome things lined up, and yeah, so watch for that coming out soon. I'll post a link in the comments. And if you want to join, probably it's going to be launching, rough date right now, November 11th. It might be a little bit earlier, but realistically probably around that date. So
I just want to add, like, if you're worried about the money, like, there's just something about people paying into things that makes people committed, you know? So, I mean, yeah, you could join a free mastermind, but a lot of times those people aren't committed. You know, they don't show up, or, you know, they talk about the weather and they're not focused. So there's just something, I mean, $97 is so reasonable. And the reason you're paying it is for you, right? For you to be in a community of people that are actually going to take it serious, that are going to show up, that have some skin in the game. And then of course you can even make money too. So I just wanted to add that in case you're thinking maybe that's like, oh, do I really want to pay the $100 a month or something like that? Like, you're paying so you find other people that are that committed and are as committed as you are. So
yeah, I agree with that. And that's the main reason we did it, is to have that commitment level there. We used to do free masterminds before, and, you know, some people would show up, some people wouldn't. It's hard to really get into a rhythm and a groove. And then, you know, you're talking and you're like, well, I don't understand the backstory. And, you know, oh, well, you weren't there the last 2 weeks. That's why. And, you know, this is where I am now. So it just really throws the harmony out of balance. And so the $100 is there for that reason, for commitment. And the facilitator, you know, also has to be watching the harmony in the group. And if it's not quite there, they're going to recommend changes so you get the most out of the masterminds. So, well, listen, we're almost at our typical time. I don't want to, you know, stay too much longer on this topic. If you've got any questions regarding anything, please reach out to, what's the email, Pamela? Is it support@acornlifemastery.com? Yes, so, and I'll put that in the comments down below, so you guys can reach out if you got any specific questions. If you want a special invite from me, just let me know. I'm happy to send it, and appreciate all of your time. Remember to like and subscribe to this video, and send this and share this with anyone that you may know that would want this. And we're going to grow. We're going to grow a big community, and the goal is to get to 100,000 or more as quickly as we can. So that's our big goals that we're really driving for, and we're committed to doing. And we just need, you know, people that are on board and want to be part of a mastermind, part of a community that's going to be growing and vibrant. And we've got so many awesome things planned. We've got some awesome interviews lined up with some high achievers, and we're just going to keep attracting more and more people. So thank you. Appreciate your time. I hope you like this video, and I hope that you subscribe to our channel, and we're going to keep growing, and we're going to get this channel really, really big. So we're hoping to get thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people watching this as we come up with better and more in-depth content as we get going. Bye, everyone.
Bye.